Viewers, commit the hour, commit the man. The Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, now driving into the BJP headquarters in the capital on Deen Dayal Upadhyay Marg, and he is going to be received by the President of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Mr. JP Nadda. Already, rose petals being showered upon the Prime Minister. These are momentous scenes, and after every election, whether the BJP increases its footprint or consolidates its position, the Prime Minister always comes to the Bharatiya Janata Party headquarters to talk a little bit about why his party has done well, or even when the party has underperformed, to enthuse the party cadre. Let's boost the net up a little bit on that. But these pictures, not out of character, viewers, pretty much after every election, it tells you, and Jay is with us. Jay, of course, you've been tracking so many of the Prime Minister's campaigns, so many of his victories since the Gujarat days. I just want to ask you, this is a very, very unique tradition, unique to the Prime Minister, because he believes that he is only a sum of the parts, really, of the Bharatiya Janata Party, isn't it? And this is an old tradition of his. He takes every election extremely seriously, doesn't he?
No, it is vintage Modi. And you know, Rahul, I am reminded of the 2017 Gujarat Assembly election, very hard-fought election. The BJP got 99. The same hour of the day, about 7 in the evening, the same location, the Bharatiya Janata Party national headquarters, and the Prime Minister thanking the party almost teary-eyed. Tears in his eyes. He says this was a tough election. It was a fought for victory. It shows so much about his organic bonding to the party and the fact that, see, this is India's, I would say, even within the Bharatiya Janata Party, the first Prime Minister who sees himself very much as a product of the party. This is not a persona separate from the party. He's a product of the party.
Which is so unlike some of the other political parties that are actually family-run fiefs, and they think that they belong to a different strata, class, classification, isn't it?
I mean, there is some sort of, you know, a social or a spatial, rather, I would say, a spatial differentiation seen between the leader and the cadre.
In the other parties, but not here. But not here. Here he is, as I said, a sum of the parts.
And, you know, there's another important message that he gives. Mostly when the leaders win, they would hold a press conference, they would go to television channels. He first goes to the party headquarters.
And you know, in 2007, if I'm not mistaken, after that very quarrelsome election, where Sonia Gandhi called him Maut Ka Saudagar in the run-up to that state election in Gujarat, I remember him coming to the party headquarters, and the first thing he did was to go up to that balcony, if you remember. And the entire cadre was there, and he really... First of all, he got out of his vehicle. Of course, it was heavily protected, etc. But he still managed to move amongst some of the cadre. And then he came up, and a large number of people sort of rushed to him. And they said that this has been a momentous occasion for the party, etc. So here, of course, viewers, the Prime Minister now walking through the BJP headquarters. He's going to go to the courtyard at the back. There's Union Home Minister Amit Shah, who's, of course, in some ways the master strategist. This election also, let's just talk a bit of the people behind this election. Himanta Biswa Sarma, perhaps not here right now. You can see some of the other office bearers. The Vice President there of the BJP.
Rahul, it's very much like a general, after he wins the battle, he goes to meet his troops. You know, even if you look at history, you know, if you look at Alexander, you know, when he lost some of his dearest friends in the battle, he had the horse's manes sheared, right? I mean, that's the sort of umbilical cord-like attachment the Prime Minister has to his party.
Now, let me, you know, it's been a great day for the Bharatiya Janata Party. Months before the 2024 final Lok Sabha battle, the party is, excuse the pun, in pole position. Now, those who are hoping to provide a national alternative are floundering. Are literally floundering, whether it is the Congress or the TMC. Now, before I explain why yet another election has confirmed that Ek Modi is sab pe bhari, let us look at some of the numbers from the three states. And we're just going to put the numbers out on the side. We're not going to, of course, overpower the visuals with the numbers, but very quick. The saffron wave that has swept the northeast has also drowned the prospects and hopes of anti-BJP bloc, hoping to forge a united front to challenge Modi. Congress and left have got a reality check from the three northeastern states. The TMC has picked a few seats, but it failed to dislodge the BJP as it promised to do so. Let's have a look at some of these numbers. On your screens, look at the BJP. In 2018, 9.62% of the vote share in Meghalaya, and now at 9.24, holds Meghalaya. This is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. See, it's been the incumbent party.
Yeah.
The senior party in the coalition, the NPP, actually launched a no-holds-barred vicious campaign against the BJP in the last 1 year.
Yes.
Yeah. Yet the BJP was risk-proofed against incumbency.
I'll come to that.
Yeah.
You know, that's a very important point. Mind those words. Risk-proofed against incumbency. And we'll tell you why in just a few moments. Nagaland, look at this, viewers. In Nagaland, an increase in about 3.5% of the vote share. Also here, it was staring at an incumbency disadvantage. In Tripura, while the vote share has come down, and so has the seat share, it has come back. And it has come back because there was an important intervention made, as you know. And it hasn't lost. As far as...
Not only that, it has withstood the onslaught of the Tripura Mothak, the party of the Pradyut Dev Burman. You know, its ally, the IFPT, almost could not withstand that onslaught. It was reduced from 8 to 1, but not the BJP. It yet ended up retaining a 90% figure of what it had before.
I'll come to those statistics. Mind these statistics, viewers, because we're going to explain them further. Let's look at the seats. In Meghalaya, the BJP holds two seats. Like last time. In Nagaland, again, it holds 12 each in both the elections. In Tripura, down by 4. This is as per 7 p.m. The numbers are still sort of now obviously crystallizing. We're just waiting for the official EC announcement. But this is how things stand. Very creditable. Back perhaps in 3 states. We're already being told by Himanta Biswa Sarma, who's the coordinator of the NEDA, that Conrad Sangma.
They've had confabulations earlier.
They might have had all this bad blood, but they're coming back together.
They're coming back together.
And there's not going to be a problem.
No, even the numbers in Meghalaya are very eerily similar to the previous assembly, but for the NPP's gain. So it's more or less clear that it is the previous coalition which would give you a stable government. So
just let's flip this. As we look at these pictures, let's just flip this. What has happened to the Congress? Let's look at Tripura. 1972, viewers, 41 seats in Tripura. In 2018, 0. It's been on a downslide. Let's pull out that graphic. There you can see it. 41 seats. In a matter of about 50 years, the Congress disappears. In 2023, 3 seats. And 2018, 0 seats. In Nagaland, 53 to 0. The Congress just being completely decimated. In Meghalaya, let's look at Meghalaya on the screens now. That of course is Nagaland. But let's just go very quickly to Meghalaya. Let's have a look. That's right. That's Meghalaya there. Again, from real heights, the party down to 5. So in 3 seats, in 3 states, the grand total is about 8. 8 out of 180. 8 out of 180. Viewers, that's really telling you a story, and this is all happening at the back of the Bharat Jodo. Meghalaya TMC, the TMC, 5 seats. It was there in the contest, as it said, to wipe out the BJP. It gets only 13% of the vote share. In Tripura, 0 seats. It was supposed to win. It said, we are going to win. So the parties that have promised to challenge Modi in 2024, not really getting off the mark even. In a manner of speaking. Yes, they've got a few seats. You can count them on one palm. Fingers of one palm. And that speaks a lot. Now let us very quickly look at the larger picture as we look at these pictures of the Prime Minister entering the BJP headquarters and that area which will be the podium on which he will stand, and he will then bow before the gathered cadre. And there he takes that bow, he goes and walks up to the balcony. There he is. Let's just boost the audio and let's go full frame on this for just a few moments. There he is, the cadre there going completely crazy. The Prime Minister soaking it in. They are amongst the leader they love. In fact, today, Giorgia Meloni, who is here on a bilateral visit, she's the Prime Minister of Italy, she came out and said that the Prime Minister is the most loved figure globally. So he is obviously Teflon in India, but also now locally and now globally. So, you know, he always says, think local, go global. So there you have it.
He's worked it out on his own brand.
Yes, his own brand. Yeah, it's a global brand. It's popular in India and it's popular abroad. Now let's very quickly, let's have a look at why we are saying that the BJP has today got to that place. And I'm not being insincere, where it is blitzing the opposition and has positioned itself to dominate the 2024 elections. Now pay attention to these hard facts, viewers. I never keep the hard facts from you so that you are in a better position to make up your own mind, informed decisions on the basis of this. And let me just quickly run you through some of these facts, and these are very, very important. The BJP stands de-risked. These are the words that you were using earlier. We've paraphrased you. BJP stands de-risked from anti-incumbency in Tripura. Its ally, IPFT, has lost 7 out of 8 seats. BJP has lost only 4. Retention rate is over 90% in Tripura, where it faced monumental anti-incumbency views. Monumental. Let's look at the other point. BJP even holds ground in Nagaland, manages to inject MLAs from friendly parties. And just before that, in Tripura, BJP has, in spite of anti-incumbency, withstood the challenge from the newly founded Tripura Motha party of Pradyot Dev So even that has happened. And in Nagaland, manages to inject MLAs from friendly parties, LJP, Mr. Paswan's LJP, and also RPI Athavale, strategically squeezes out the Congress. That's been the beauty of this. In Meghalaya, let's go to the next one. In Meghalaya, the BJP has expanded beyond Shillong.
Absolutely. From a Shillong-centric party, if you look at the places where it's runner-up, it's about 7 or 8 seats, and they're across the state. Many of them in the Garo Hills.
There it is. The Prime Minister standing up, almost on cue, taking in the plaudits. Now he's obviously being given that huge big garland. And there's Mr. Nadda on one side, and of course the able strategist, the Chanakya of our times, Amit Shah, on the right. Now BJP has won only 3 seats, but has come second in a sizable 7 to 8 seats. We'll just stick with me and Jay right now for a few moments. BJP has also very importantly retained its vote share in Meghalaya. So this is very, very important. BJP's vote share has gone from 1.5% in Tripura to 38.9% in just 10 years. Look at the growth. 1.5 to 38.9. BJP's vote share has gone from 1.3 to 9.3% in Meghalaya in 10 years. Note this down, viewers. These are important facts. Look at the growth of the party. In Nagaland, BJP's vote share has gone from 1.8 to 18.8% in 10 years. Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo message hasn't galvanized the Congress. In Meghalaya, Congress is down from 21 to 5 seats in 5 years. Congress's vote share has crashed from 34.8% to 13.17% in 10 years. This is a huge, unfortunately, I don't like to use these words, but an evisceration really of the Congress. Violent words,
absolutely.
But I mean,
I'm getting a very engineering sort of definition for Congress's Bharat Jodo Yatra, and I think it is correct. The Bharat Jodo Yatra was a very technical implementation of an academic idea. I mean, what was broken that needed to be fixed? Nobody knows. But yes, there was an academic idea and it was a technical implementation.
And it hasn't struck a chord. People are not lining up for the Congress to endorse that message.
Forget the people. It has even failed to revitalize the party. The whole debate starts there.
Well, obviously, that can only happen when there are deep reforms. Let's just continue with this. In Nagaland, Congress has gone from king to zero in just 15 years. Congress's vote share has dipped from 25% to 3.5% in 10 years, viewers. It is staring at ignominy, an exit from the state. Satraps have quit the Congress to prosper. Pradyot Devaram's Tripura Motha party has outstripped its parent Congress, bagging 13 seats. Congress vote share has sunk from 8.5% to 8.5% from 36.5%.
Absolutely,
since the last 10 years. In the last 10 years, it's again.
No, and this is a former state president of the Congress stays there for 3 months and say, you know what, I don't think things are working right. Let me try out a startup on my own. And he succeeds in 3 years.
A startup in 3 years outside of the Congress. And this is, you were mentioning this point earlier. Satraps have quit the Congress in 96 when the Tamil Manila Congress with Chidambaram, etc. When that walked out, Mamta exited in 1998, Sangma and Pawar in 1999, YSRCP in 2014, and mind you, where are all these leaders? They're doing fantastically well out of the Congress ecosystem. Former Congress Satrap is now the Chief Minister of Tripura in BJP. So
and the Chief Minister of Assam as well.
So why do all these people do so well outside of the Congress and not within the Congress?
Yeah, absolutely. See, that is the question. Is the Congress able to provide that soft infrastructure for growth to nourish its own human resource? And ironically, the biggest evidence of its failure is that when the same human resource is planted or even I would say grafted elsewhere, like grafting a leaf, it seems to blossom. So that is the real question for the Congress party today.
That is the big question, and that question, viewers, is obviously up for discussion. But let's just cut across once to the BJP headquarters. JP Nadda addressing the